Hey yo, you like movies? Well, this isn't the right place. It's a better place. And that's apparently how I start my videos. Take it or leave it, or just leave. Now let me talk about a subject that probably shouldn't be talked about. Movies can be like a melting pot. Gotta love those actions, sci-fis, fantasies, science fantasies, genres, subgenres, types, styles, the what the hell did I just watch? Can't get enough of those animal movies. And also the endless lovable combos that can bring you half-animated, half-live-action, mystery film or comedic nightmare fuel. But you do have to put up with the run-of-the-mill, mindless rip-offs, with some stupid commentary added to them. But one of the most interesting forms of storytelling that somehow still doesn't feel unfresh, that can be seen in so many categories, well, to be politically incorrect, the 10 Little Indians flicks. It was the best way Ridley Scott could describe his sci-fi horror classic. This title, of course, comes from the Agatha Christie whodunit classic, I'm Not Allowed to Say. Written back in '39, it was adapted into And Then There Was None. It tells the tale of several guests who are invited to a mysterious mansion who are guilty of numerous moral crimes. They are all killed off based on the fashion of the creepy Victorian nursery rhyme. Until, well, I won't spoil it for you. Eventually this would be remade in '65 with the title we know now as 10 Little Indians. It actually could date back to 1934 with John Ford's The Lost Patrol. Set in World War I in the Middle East, which I guess was kind of new for the time, a patrol of British soldiers are taken down one by one by an unseen enemy, where it all comes down to their survival instincts and sanity in order to make it to the end alive. It's some cool stuff. It created the rules of what we expect to see from our dark entertainment. And one of the big themes that gets recycled now and again is the isolation. A popular cornerstone of survival stories that would even be seen in Night of the Living Dead. A bunch of strangers that take refuge in a mysterious house, sieged by zombies. This aspect of horror, of course, would be seen in the later Dead sequels, and through a collage of classic slasher flicks, such as the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, when it's a group of kids who know each other who meet their demise while going into a house. It gets even more intense when you realize that not even the guy in the wheelchair is safe. Of course, that brings me back to Alien, a crew of 7 space truckers who are easily pickings for a creature far more superior than them. That also creates a few more tropes. For example, not all of them are on the side of righteousness. One of them disappears. Also, the one who ends up surviving, who takes on the role of a kind of hero or savior. It has to be the most popular one that other movies have copied. Even the other Alien sequels take on this formula. Another reason why this does it so superbly is the way it builds up the tension and fear. The way each person of the Nostromo eats it heightens the atmosphere and terror. In a way, the less there is, the more we feel like we're in that situation with her. Of course, that's done to the brilliant acting that even John Carpenter's The Thing pulls off beautifully. This time with a team of 12. Of course, this is kind of the challenge of quantity and quality. How many people do you put into one of these scenarios? That can always sacrifice development for corpses. It's always fascinating to see how each movie does this. And while the dozen team of Outpost 31 leaves an impression on you, other films have difficulties doing that. For example, in Death Watch, you might not get enough time to know who's who. That you can't really give a damn or not want to give a damn about who's about to die. Or in the case of Frozen, that's it. Where it's only 3 people, it's the certain characters who you have a lack of attachment for. And while we expect this stuff from our war, horror, thriller, or even comedy, it's interesting when we don't. For example, in Mel Gibson's Apocalypto, we see a bunch of bad guys who become expendable victims to the flora or fauna or whoever of the jungle. Subverting expectations like this make me wonder what you can do with this way of filmmaking. Because we always need to know how many Indians are left. This video worked right?